Association.
I second that motion.
Have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a motion too that we approve the minutes as presented.
I second that.
Have a motion to approve the minutes, a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. David,
I'll make a motion to amend the budget from the worksheet from our accountant that we met with last week.
I second that.
I have a motion and a second to amend the budget. Been working with the accountant last week. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
We'll give this to you to attach.
I'm going to abstain because I wasn't at the budget meeting.
We have 3 votes, yes, and 1
Okay, I have a motion, I'd like to make a motion that we bid out the weekly post building, sealed bids starting tomorrow. And those will be opened on August the 17th at 4 p.m. here in this room, with a pre-conference meeting on August the 4th at 2 p.m. at that building.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion to put out for bid the remodeling of the weekly post building. David made that motion. Melissa seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So the ayes have it.
That's all I have.
Joey?
We have a spec sheet for a 94 model Mack heavy-duty roll-off truck. The price on this vehicle that was quoted was $22,000. Now, we have 2 different options here. One, under the emergency provision, we can purchase it since our current roll-off truck is in the shops for repair, or we can use a spec sheet to bid out and see if this is the best price, and open up the sealed bids at the next meeting. Now, my question to the council is, how would y'all deem it best to proceed with this?
I'll make a motion, we do an emergency purchase paid out of sanitation fund because that truck is down. You're looking at 2 to 3 weeks and there's going to be dumpsters need to be dumped before we can get the truck fixed.
If you will make that motion, I will second it.
I just did.
We have a motion and a second by Joey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. In that motion there, I was going to say something about that. We have been talking about for the last few weeks that we have been kind of running these roll-offs for a pretty good while and making a little money with them, but we didn't have a backup in case something like this happens. And sure enough, something's happened. That's just the way it goes.
It's the only truck we have, we don't have a backup for.
We don't have a backup at all, so.
And the roll-off has been a very successful endeavor by the city. We have quite a few of them out there, both commercial and residents will use them for renovations on their houses. So it is something that has been a positive revenue stream for the city of Rainsville. I would like to make a motion that we give an extra hour per week to Officer Coughlin and Officer Bowen. One is works on the B night shift and the other one works on the A night shift. This would essentially give them 43 hours a week instead of the 42 hours. And that would allow them to function as a shift leader on that shift.
I say,
I have a question. On that, if they change shifts or go to doing something else, that hour wouldn't go with them. It would stay with that position more than it would with a regular person. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
If you could amend your motion, Joey, to say the shift supervisor, the night shift supervisor, I think that would alleviate the problem.
Okay, how about, I will rescind my prior motion and restate it as, can we do this at the chief's discretion, a night supervisor?
I think you need to say the night shift supervisor. Unless they're a sergeant. Because that's the purpose.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I will reword the motion to where it is, I make the motion that we provide an extra hour of pay to the night shift supervisor on both shift A and shift B.
Okay, we got a motion?
still say
Oh,
that.
Can you add providing they are not a sergeant?
Providing that they are not a sergeant.
Still second?
okay. I have a motion and a second. Further? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
The next thing I want to discuss, and I'm glad a majority of the members of the fire department is here, is restructuring the way that we have the fire department currently configured. Now, what I am suggesting is not a decrease in the number of firefighters on hand at any given time. It would be moving our chief to a 40-hour position Monday through Friday. That way he would have time to handle any issues with any one of the office or any one of the firefighters and be able to touch each shift as they come and go. Now, that would leave 3 full-time firefighters that we currently have. Each one of them would be maintaining a 24 on, 48 off. There will be a few gaps there that will be filled with part-time. This would create, I'm asking that we create a shift, a 16-hour shift Monday through Friday to be from when the time Chief Centers, or not Chief Centers, Chief Ridgway leaves until he gets that next morning. Essentially, it will be from 4 in the afternoon to 8 in the morning. That way you would have the chief there Monday through Friday during the day, a part-timer there during the night, and then on the weekend have 4 12-hour shifts. Have a Saturday morning shift, a Saturday night shift, a Sunday morning shift, and a Sunday night shift. The net savings to the general budget would be somewhere in the neighborhoods of about $50,000 per year, and it'd help to get our hands around the fire department budget. Now, that being said, I want the fire department to know, without no equivocation, that this council stands behind having a first-rate fire department in the city of Rainsville. There has been some speculation and rumors circulated, incorrectly and falsely, that this council is trying to revert the fire department back to a straight volunteer style. I can state with 100% certainty that that is a false rumor and it has no basis whatsoever. I'd also like to address another rumor that has been circulating, in that we are putting our ISO rating in danger that we have recently received. That too is a false assumption. The ISO rating was based upon a 2-person shift, or 2-person at the fire station at all times. What we are proposing is still having 2 individuals there at all times. It just gives us the flexibility of having a few more part-time shifts and to bring more people into the fire department at the same time having some savings as an aggregate. A third rumor I would like to put to rest is one that has been put out that if we were to make the changes, that it would cause us to lose a grant that we had won a year and a half ago, a safer grant for a recruiting position. That is a FEMA-based grant, and that too is a false assumption. The safer recruitment grant has no staffing levels requirements at all associated with it. And if it did have any staffing requirements, the current configuration that I'm proposing would still meet those requirements. Now, how would I best format into a motion?
I don't know. Hold on one second, Brandon. Brandon actually emailed all of us, which I appreciate you coming straight to us with your concerns. Brandon, you were very respectful in your email, and I hope I was the same with mine.
Yes, ma'am.
The reply. I have a lot of questions. I was under the assumption of this grant that we received that we would be getting certain staffing on certain levels. I can honestly say that I don't know much about the fire department. I had a parent approach me on my children's t-ball team that came and was interested in the full-time fire position. I just told them that I hadn't received an activity log in quite a while, and that I'd like to know more about the fire department, what's going on, what are the needs, and all of that. And I can say that this council does not know a lot about the fire department. There's a couple of you that I don't even know who you are. I didn't even know that there was some people that had left. I wasn't aware that Derek Summerford had left for his active leave. So I guess I'd like to be updated, because I want to make the best decision for the fire department on knowledge of what is really going on. Not on what I think. Yes,
The
you may.
podium and address that. I'll be glad. I'm Captain Jason Brandon. I've been involved in fire service 23 years. I appreciate you responding to my email. I hope everybody found that email there again. I'm not the chief of the fire department. I'm a shift commander, shift captain. I will testify of what I have encountered on my shift, and I can testify to another shift that we have been short-staffed on, that our recruit failed out or dropped out of recruit school. Derek Summerford worked my shift. He went into active duty January, 1st January, was when his active duty started. At that time, I was put in charge of some schedule with the part-timers. I didn't know who I was working with. Sometimes come in, nobody be there, I have to try to round somebody up. Right now, we have six part-time personnel.
Can you name the 6 part-time?
Scott Westbrook. And I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna name them. It'll take me just a second. The reason that is because I ain't seen some of them. Scott Westbrook is one that has been very dedicated to us. Josh Jennings, Jake Everett, Billy Casey, Joey Miller, and Nick James. Thank you, Kevin. I apologize that I couldn't spout them on. That brings us to the problem that we have faced at the fire department. I don't have an active calendar. I can pull the calendar and show. We keep an active log every single day of who works shift, who's there, and what takes place. Over 15 shifts, I have been at least half the shift by myself. Captain Wright has been several shifts by himself. Now, I can't speak for Chief Ridgeway, and I wish to speak nothing negative towards Chief Ridgeway. Me and Chief Ridgeway have known each other for several years. As far as what I speak here today, it has nothing to do with my friendship with him. It has to do with these men standing right back here and the citizens of Rainsville. And I hope I made that clear in my letter that each of you got. Part-time people. Billy Casey is a retired part-time. Billy Casey worked for me at City Agro, retired from American Fire. He's an excellent candidate for part-time shift work. Billy Casey also has his family's put 25 years in it, and I can't get him beat. Billy Casey is a really good friend of mine. He fought me in fire here. Been several instructions. My life's been in his hands and his has been in mine. But I can't get him to show up. He does show up from time to time, but he's part-time. There's not a lot of benefit for part-time firefighters. They come and they go. They're quick. Not to mention the fact that part-time firefighters has another shift that they have to report to their full-time duty job because of the way the rotation is. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, you may have been gone at 6 because he has to report to duty at 7. So even when we're working part-time firefighters, on many, many occasions, we're still an hour short. And guess when that hour we're short at? When the school buses are on the highway, folks. When kids are out here going up and down, that's when I'm there by myself. Or when firefighter Kenner by himself, or whoever else may be working. A lot of times, the morning time, this is where there's a large danger for fires. Because everybody's in a rush, get your kids to school. Everybody's off from work, they leave their stoves on. There's a higher rate of morning time fires a lot of times, and then we do have the nighttime fires. Get back to our part-time or volunteer type situation. Right now, A shift only has one man that is even able, that's Billy Casey, because he does work a shift, but he's also employed with the traveling medic thing, and at this time, he was gone 28 days a month, and then he's home 28 days a month. I called him to work with firefighter. You see all these guys back here? There's none of them working yet, except firefighter Kenner. The two gentlemen in the back are off our sleeper program. They come in early tonight, they with a sleeper program. Firefighter Kenner has been by himself today as far as having a certified trained firefighter that can go into a structure fire. Now, our sleeper program, y'all hired me for that. That was my initial, that was what Thomas brought me in for, Chief Ridgeway, was to set up and establish a sleeper program. I was able to get 4 guys right out the gate, got that thing set up. We didn't want to stretch our limits way out, what we call second view, third view. That's departments, as you get to second view, that's two complete fire departments away from us. And at any time, if I say something that's not understood, by all means, please raise your hand, and I'll try to explain a little different. But we limited that firefighter Hudson, 2 second call, second view. Second view, complete department site, trying to get these folks in. It's been in the paper. It's been in, Husky has put it out on Facebook, the website. We have tried to get people in to volunteer. Now, I speak out of turn for you. You feel free to speak up. I know, whenever I was operating there was a good turnout, but a bunch of the guys didn't pass the physical. With that federal money, you got to do a lung function test, 12-week EKG. There's a lot of physical requirements that at this very day and time is knocking out career firefighters with these federal grant money because the folks can't pass. If I wore a hearing aid, that would be a category A, and would fail me, would not. Just simply because of having to wear a hearing aid. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this. We have been very, very lucky. I have been very, very lucky on shift that I haven't encountered anything major. Where if we really struggle with 2 people, and I understand the financial concern with the city, but 2 men in itself is a struggle. We run 451 calls as of yesterday. I'm not sure where we're at today. They've had a couple today. Cody's had to run a couple today. I say, no, I'm not going to go into it. I put it all in my letter as far as what other departments are responding with. Most of those calls are made to one man. On occasion, too, anytime there's a structure fire and we have to call in off-duty people, there's no guarantee they're coming. That's their day off. There's not no part-timer going to come in for $10 an hour. And a lot of those are either on duty at the time when we need, or they're located off somewhere else, or Billy Casey lives near an airport. We picked him up, he lives in Idaho, so you're looking at several minutes for him to even get in for a structure fire. Our volunteers right now, we just had one that he officially resigned today. Had one officially resign. We've actually lost another. I'm an assistant chief at another fire department that is a volunteer fire department. I cannot keep dependable volunteers whatsoever. They come, they go, you have family issues, they have to work extra hours. They get in there and they get scared. Some of these boys that's going through fire school right now, that they're, and I don't mean to talk down to anyone, but I don't like to tell our story. I know we're in a hurry, but this is a very passionate issue and problem that faces our city. And I call it our city because I work here for the city of Rainsville. And I want the truth and the best knowledge to be known to everybody for the decisions to be made. That's what you asked me. Yes, ma'am.
You said those two young men back there are part of the volunteer program, part of the sleeping program, and they are going through fire school right now?
Yes, sir. One of them is
Volunteer.
volunteer fire school, which was required by the grant.
Okay. What would it take to get these volunteers up to a level where they could serve as a part-time position?
For them to do that, they would have to go through a minimum 12-hour or 12-week rookie school. 12-week rookie school now. 10-week.
Another problem I see with that too is if you do get the certification to be a full-time firefighter, why would you dedicate yourself to a city as a part-timer instead of working as a full-timer for another department? I mean, if I have that certification and I have the choice of full-time or
What's
part-time.
your name, sir?
Justin Barker.
Justin Harper. Okay.
I just wanted to make that point. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
No.
I mean, that's just what
you have an excellent thought.
You were part of the sleeper program?
Yes, I was. I'm not real sure what I am right now.
And I apologize to you. I mean, I've never met you.
And I understand that. And I'm going to get into a little bit. I wish the mayor was here because I'm in a really, me and Taylor Casey both are in a really weird position. As of June, Thomas was told by the mayor to hire us to. So we have been working as full-time, kind of. We don't have the benefits because the paperwork hasn't been sent in. But I left a great full-time, and I'm not placing any blame on y'all. You know, I don't know how politics work. All I know is Thomas called me and said, hey, the mayor has told me to put y'all to work. So I left a great full-time job with insurance to come to work here. And now I'm without insurance because I dropped that. I'm still working part-time in my old full-time job, but I don't know if I would be welcome back as a full-time employee. But like I said, you know, that falls on somebody's shoulders, and I don't believe it's y'all's.
We have a job placement, a job ordinance in place that has to be followed before a full-time position can be established. And both the mayor and Chief Ridgway are fully aware of that ordinance.
And like I said, I don't know how politics work. I'm not from Rainsville, so I don't know the ordinances that y'all do have. All I know is I was told to come to a full-time job, and you know, with this budget cut,
I would like to say something.
I will not be taking, you know, and I'm left in an awfully weird position. And like I said, that doesn't, to me, doesn't fall on y'all. Because like I said, y'all don't know me. Y'all wasn't even aware of that situation.
We're back. Let's get back to.
I'm sorry.
The serious nature here. Justin's been on my shift for 2 weeks, right? Roughly 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In that 2 weeks, I can testify to 2 lives that are saved in here today because he was available with me, or the day that Captain Wright was working in my place, he was available with Captain Wright, we had a full arrest that they responded to. Matter of fact, there's a lady in the back that was on the ambulance that can testify to that, those being banned.
We do appreciate y'all doing the job that y'all paid to do. We truly do appreciate that. We appreciate the job the fire department does. Now, I know that we have had multiple stories of heroism from our fire department as well as our police department. And our hats off to y'all. Y'all do a wonderful job, and I thank y'all for the job that y'all do. But we've got to get this meeting back on
I
track.
understand. 2 men is a struggle. We're not even supposed to go into a structure fire with 2 men.
And we are proposing it stay 2 men.
We don't have to. And what I'm telling you, Councilman, is it'll never happen for part-time people. I've been in this business for too long. They are not dedicated to a part-time job. They are going to take and sacrifice this part-time position to a full-time position anytime it comes available.
Well,
And the
thank you,
volunteers.
We do appreciate that.
Look, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You talking about you did the sleeper program grant when that's how we came into you and being a part of us. When
Yes.
You came in, we hired you under that.
Yes.
Can you give me a little more information about how that works? Because the grant, under my understanding, was to pay the recruiter's salary and to bring in sleeper programs, and we are supposed to be reimbursed for that. And we have not been reimbursed for that since December, I believe.
December 19th.
December of last year. Can you tell me as a recruiter, when you were in that position, how that paperwork is supposed to get reimbursed, so the city can get reimbursed for that federal
The
grant?
way that it was set up for me, when Debbie was handling that, when Debbie was here, she contacted me, she said, Jason, how much money do we need to do a drawdown on? At that time, I had 4 firefighters that we were pulling in. That grant, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong in any of this that I'm talking about, but it's been over a year and a half since I've been involved in it. What I was instructed was it pays for 20 sets of gear, 20 sleeper volunteers, or 20 volunteers is what it was established for the first 2 years. And then whatever we lost and dropped back, we was able to try to go back and recoup some of that. On the money part, Debbie called me and she said, what are we looking at? Well, a set of gear, you're looking at close to $3,000 to suit turnout gear for full firefighter gear. That's just a rough estimate. So I had 4 of those. I may have only had 3, but I had told her, I believe we had talked about doing a $10,000 drawdown, where she would do a drawdown from the account, from the FEMA grant, to pay for that stuff. Now, since Derek has took it over, Firefighter Husky, the way that I understand it, they won't have to operate, and the way that it was designed is that money was supposed to come out of the general fund of the city, and then once that was paid for, then they could do a drawdown. Is that correct? Okay.
So how can we get our new interim treasurer involved in that process? Because since it's been December, several things, I'm sure it pays for them to sleep. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
It's supposed to pay the salary of them.
It's a $50 a night for 2. We're allowed to have 2 for $50 a night. Firefighter Husky, recruitment retention coordinator, is really the person, because I've been out of that for over a year and a half now. He's the one that can answer those questions better than I can for you.
Nothing's really changed. I submit the bills to City Hall in a certain time period. When they get so much, they'll contact me, send me the paperwork. We send it to the grant.
So do you recall the last time that was sent to the grant for reimbursement?
Last time I sent and resent out, the chief is in charge of sending those. I get them, or he gets them from City Hall, and we forward them to the grant.
But you don't recall when the last time that was done?
I know,
Well, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but could you, as the recruiter, work toward helping us recoup some of that money we've spent since December of last year?
yes, we're in the process of it. They, ladies at City Hall have mentioned it. We've done sending, we've re-sent, I know, just a few weeks ago.
For everything since?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, back to the motion on hand. I would like to make a motion that we move Chief Centers to a 40-hour, Monday through Friday
I'm
position.
already working.
Oh, that's all right. I'd like to make a motion that we move Chief Ridgway to a 40-hour, Monday through Friday shift and fill in the remaining time with part-time help until Derek Summerford returns from active duty.
I'm sorry, I can't, the reason I can't second it is because if we're having a hard time keeping part-timers, like, we have to figure this out. And I'm sorry that it seems so chaotic, but we're trying to catch up on what's going on.
I understand, thank
Your
y'all so much.
situation completely stresses me out. Your situation completely stresses me out. Please don't think that that escapes us. I mean, I have 2 5-year-old little boys. If my husband was in between jobs and didn't know the status of his job,
And
so
that's
please
why,
don't think that that
like I
escapes
said, I don't
us.
blame that on y'all. I don't think that was a council problem.
And with Golden Park is being represented there, Mayor, this gentleman right here is gonna lose his job. They're not gonna be a position for us.
Well, that was stated in the very beginning that I'm not laying anybody off.
Because you're gonna have Chief Ridgway, you're gonna have, Husky's on, if he stays on the 40 that he's on, then you're gonna have Summerford, Captain Wright, and then Mayor Cody, one that's full-time, gonna have to hit the road.
No. We would reserve a spot for him when he returns back that would not affect the current level. No one, we will not do anything that will send anyone to the house.
What I would like to do is I'd like to sit down with you
Yes, sir.
or Chief Ridgway. I've called him since Saturday, twice a day, I've yet to hear a peep. And that makes me so mad I can't see straight. Have the courtesy, at least pick up the phone and call you back. Whether you want to hear what somebody's got to say or not. But I want to sit down with y'all. I want to talk salary. I want to figure out what we got to do for hourly to keep to, because the overtime's killing us. We can't afford the overtime that we're paid. That's the whole scenario. But they've got to be a different way that we can keep 2 full-time like we need to have, that is can to can that we need to do, and structure some kind of hours so we can afford it.
And I would love to do that as well with you, just to see, because with the number of shifts that I've had to work by myself.
But if we can't get the chief to talk to us, we need somebody else that will.
And here's the problem. We're on track to spend $490,000 this year on the fire department budget. You've got to realize that when Chief took over, it was around $200,000. And if we're still spending almost $500,000, and you're telling us that we're having shifts where we just have one person, that's unacceptable from our standpoint. And we don't have a fire department issue. We have a wonderful fire department. I think we have an issue with leadership at the fire department. And that is not reflected any upon you gentlemen right here. And I appreciate y'all coming to the meeting tonight.
Where's your chief?
Ma'am, I can't speak on his behalf. Whenever I saw him Saturday morning, he advised me that he was sick, and that he was going to have to go home.
We need to talk to him.
Well, what
We'd like to sit down with everybody and just
We need to
figure out what we got to do.
When can we do that, sir? Can we set a date? If y'all set a date, I will do whatever I need to be there.
I said we call a meeting next Monday night. That'll give anybody time that's sick to feel better. And we'll do it then, just like we do at call council.
Here, sir?
Yeah,
Yep.
same time. Say,
thank y'all so much. Y'all do not know what this means to me.
What are we gonna do
I
about
think I speak for these guys here.
Till we talk with them, I don't know anything against it.
We can't do anything but talk.
I mean, I think we got to stay as is till we talk.
Thank you so much for
Everything.
your time and allowing me to speak.
Motion dies for a second.
All right, the next thing, the $1.5 million bond, I would like to make a motion that we authorize Raymond James to serve as the underwriter of it.
I second that.
I have a motion and a second for a $1.5 million bond.
May I ask a question? So you're going, is that to start, immediately, start the process?
Yes,
Do
yes.
we have to approve it at another meeting, or is this the approval?
No, there would be another approval.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Okay.
This would, this would give them the ability to lock in the rates
I
at
got you.
the earliest point in time.
Thank you.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And let's see here. That's all that I have for this meeting.
The only thing I had, I was hoping to have landscaping maintenance prices by now, but I didn't get for the library. And the other thing I had, there was an ordinance that we had discussed for the library back about, I don't know, it's probably been 2 months ago. And I met with the library board, and the library board wants to keep the ordinance as is and not do any changes on it. They had, they really hadn't been using it, but after it was brought to light, then they decided to start using it, and it's worked out really good for them. And it's to help get books back to the library. So they decided that the library board did to keep that ordinance as is. So I'm just reporting that. Anything else?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
No motion?
We're going to have to wait for
We'll try to sort that one out. Well, Melissa made a motion to pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
I second that.
We have a motion on Freeman to adjourn. Second by Melissa. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Y'all have a good, safe night.